Good day, the beautiful people of the Cameroon. This is a party political broadcast by myself, Maitre Mola Alex Ndive Lissinger, the leader of BCNP. Today, I want to talk about what our party, BCNP, will be focusing on 2023. Our policies are clear, and as an opposition political party, we will be carrying out our duty to scrutinize the policies and hold the ruling CPDM political party into account on how they are using taxpayers' money. Ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful people of the Cameroons, our policies in 2023, we are going to be focusing on equal status. We want to distinguish that there is a difference between equal opportunity and equal status. There have been a lot of lies over the past years about decentralization, about Northwest and Southwest divide, and other things in the Cameroons. The British Cameroon National Party is the only political party in the Cameroons that stands for the truth, that speaks the truth, that says it as it is. Most political parties in the Cameroon, we have noticed, they only wait when there is a general election, they come for election, they disappear. They don't scrutinize the government economic policy, they don't scrutinize the government educational policy, health policy, justice policy, taxation, transport, and equal opportunity. That is why we created British Cameroon National Party. Our party is a minor party that focuses in former British Cameroons. One of the lies that I want to start with that they have been talking about in the Cameroons is that the problem that is facing former British Cameroon is a Northwest region problem. Let me tell you something. When you impose a NAM that was inherited from France on former British Cameroon, it's not a Northwest problem. When you impose a Corps Normal Superior that was inherited from France in 1794, it's not Northwest region problem. When you impose France CFA that was created in France in 1945 on former British Cameroonians, that is not Northwest problem. When you impose gendarmes that La Republique de Cameroon inherited in 1791 from France on former British Cameroon that uses police, that is not Northwest region problem. When you impose OADA, which is a creation from France on former British Cameroon, that is not a Northwest region problem. I want to make it clear, Northwest and Southwest are the creation of President Aijo and Paul Biya. We are not Northwest and Southwest. We did not join La Republique du Cameroun as Northwest and Southwest. There are people in Southwest region. They have the same culture like people in Nigeria, some of them in Northwest region. Some people in the Cameroons, they have the same culture like people in Chad, Gabon, Equatorial Guinea. Adamawa people in Northern Cameroon, they have the same culture like people in Nigeria. But that's not what we are talking about. A country was created, Rio dos Cameroons, by foreigners, two countries, and we came together on equal terms. The problem that we have been facing is that the former British Cameroons, we are not begging. We are telling you, the government run by Mr. Biya, we are telling you that we want equality. We are telling you that we want to run our own institution. We are telling you that we say no to the British people, the left British Cameroon, and La Republique du Cameroun decided to remain with France. Why should the people of former British Cameroon be suffering? Because of the errors of the French part of Cameroon. We are not talking about secession. We are not talking about unity. We are saying that we want equality. Prime Minister Diongute, who happens to have been my lecturer in Guakele, goes around preaching that there's decentralization in the Cameroons. Professor Joseph Owona, Professor Augustin Kunjo, Professor Bipumum Jean-Marie, and all other French professors or professionals rather, they don't go around preaching decentralization in the Cameroons because they know there is no decentralization in the Cameroons. We have example of decentralization all over the world. In Scotland, we can see it. They have their own first parliament. They have their first minister, rather, they have their parliament. In former British Cameroon, do we have a parliament? No. They have a window dressing exercise called Regional Assembly, aiming to divide the people of former British Cameroons. We as a people in the Cameroons, we never ask foreigners to come and create a country. We are today where we are, and that country was created based on two institutions. The ruling CPDM political party says that we have decentralization. Let me tell them what is decentralization. In Scotland, the Scottish Parliament, the Scottish National Party, they run the economy. It's not Westminster government. It's not the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom running Scotland. The educational system in the Cameroons, they say they have decentralized it. We are still using ENAM, École Normale Supérieure, which was inherited in France. We are still using it in former British Cameroons. The health system in the Cameroons is still controlled by Minister of Health. But in Scotland, which has decentralization, the health system is being controlled by the First Minister of Scotland. The justice system in Scotland is being controlled by the Scottish government. But in Cameroon, the justice system is being controlled by Laurent Esso from La Republique. Taxation in Scotland is being controlled by the First Minister and the cabinet in Scotland. But in Cameroon, we see they have increased the price from fiscal stamp, vignette, and other taxes. It comes from where? Yaoundé. So how do you tell our people or lie our people that there is decentralization in the Cameroons? The transport system in Scotland is run by the Scottish government. But in Cameroon, the transport system is Mr. Biya who decide where to construct roads or what to do with roads. So there's no decentralization in the Cameroons. We talk about equal opportunity in the Cameroons. We know that in the Cameroons, it's only somebody from La Republique du Cameroon who can be president. Most top positions in the Cameroons is headed by people from La Republique du Cameroon. So there's no equal opportunity. That's why we are calling on real decentralization, which means equal status. The people of former British Cameroon, they need a parliament. They need a first minister. You don't need to divide us as Northwest and Southwest. We are not Northwest and Southwest. We are not geographical location. So I will make this clear. Those people who always come and talk, we are Southwesterner. No. Somebody from Widikum, somebody from Manu, you have the same culture like somebody from Northwest. So why don't you go and join Northwest? I'm not Northwest, Southwest. We find ourselves in a geographical location called Rio dos Cameros, and I'm a Bakwarian inside that location. I've made it clear. In future, whether it's in a real decentralized, autonomous former British Cameroon, I want my tribe, the Bakwarians, to have their own region. Region does not define us. What defines us is equal status, the basis on what that country was created. Two countries came together, just like Scotland, England, Wales, and Northern Ireland came together. After 300 years, Scotland is still Scotland. After just 60 years, former British Cameroon, West Cameroon is not existing, but La Republique du Cameroun is still existing. We want responsible government. We don't need a government like that of Mr. Biya, who will call himself Meilleur élève de Mitterrand. We don't need a president like Mr. Biya who will say, I'm going to give account to Mr. Macron. We don't want a president like Mr. Biya who will say that, oh, he went to visit U.S. African Summit and said, foreigners, the people who colonize us, should come and exploit our resources. Why can the Cameroonians, the people who are there, not exploit our resources? Why can Mr. Biya not invite diaspora for a meeting to come to Cameroon, or people with different knowledge? So let's decide how to exploit our resources. The reason these colonial thieves, they came to Africa was because of our resources. That's why they came to Africa, to steal our resources. Then Mr. Biya went to America. He's telling them to come and continue the slave plantation. We should not be praising the ruling CPDM party or giving them credit for using taxpayers' money. Some of us can do better by using taxpayers' money. If you look at northern Cameroons, which happen to be in Nigeria today, compare them with former British Cameroon, what they call Northwest and Southwest. These people, they have what? An English legal system. They don't try people in military tribunal. They have international airport. They have police. They don't have brutal gendarmes or bees. These people, they are better developed than former British Cameroons. So what has the Ahijo Biya regime done to the former British people of British Cameroons? So British Cameroon National Party is there for the interests of all of us in the Cameroons. We are not saying we are against our French counterparts. We love you, but the problem is you are using your ENAM. You are using your École Normale Supérieure, military tribunal, gendarme, OADA. Why can't you allow us to use politicians, which is our own culture, not civil servants from ENAM to run us? Why can't you leave your unelected governor, SDOs and DOs, in the French part of Cameroon, and let's use politicians in our own area? Why do you translate ENAM as NASLA to us? We are not second-class citizens. 2023 will see the end of that. We, as a people in the Cameroons, we can run our own affairs. We don't need a Tudi to tell us what we should do. We are not beggars. We are competent. We are qualified. We have the resources. We have the brains, the intelligence to run our own system. So today, as I speak, I want to call all the people of the Cameroons that we are not talking about division or unity. We are talking about equality. Equality about institution. And myself, Maitre Alex Ndive-Lisinge, I will be championing the equal status all over the world. I intend to visit Scottish Parliament, Catalonians, the Quebec people all over the world. The time is now. Nobody owns the Cameroons. Even if you're elected, you could be illegitimate. The time for the people to decide on what we want, how we want to run the country, that is what British Cameroon National Party stands for. Once more, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all the best for 2023. Thank you very much.